All right, hello everybody. Hopefully this sounds okay. I'm doing this kind of off the cuff. This is Nick from the Arcade Hunters. Welcome you to the Free Play Florida Expo 2021 at the Caribe Royale in Orlando, Florida. Now, originally I was going to do the whole video voiced over, but of course, I got here on Saturday right as soon as they opened, and unfortunately, they started playing music really loud over it. And we all know with the YouTube copyright gods, I don't want to get screwed by YouTube's copyright, so I figured I'll do the voiceover over it, even though I pretty much walk through and I'm talking with everything, like showing off how the gentleman over there is working on the Moldorama over there. Really, really cool stuff. Ended up going on Sunday to the panel for Moldorama, finding out a lot of really cool stuff about the history of it. And of course, Billy Mitchell has his hot sauce set up over there. I forget the gentleman's name, but he's got the brand new remake of Ice Cold Beer, and he told me that, yes, after they do Ice Cold Beer, they're going to be working on Zeke's Peak, which was the kind of more family-friendly version of that game. There was a home computer set up. They had a bunch of different games. They had like a couple of Atari computers. Some artists had some stuff, so a lot of stuff is covered up because it's literally the minute that it opened and they let us all in there. So big shout outs to our friends from the Little Shop of Games. They worked along with Stern, and they brought a lot of games in from the IAPA show. That's the big annual trade show that they do in Orlando every year. So one of the things that's really cool about the show here for Free Play Florida is that since it's right done after IAPA, you can see they're setting up Legends of Valhalla, and they had that there for a day. The guys from Double Danger Productions with their awesome pinball shirts, check those guys out. They do a lot of good stuff over there. They have really cool shirts and a bunch of magnets and stuff like that. And the guys from Chicago Gaming brought their Cactus Canyon remake, and these are the regular versions. So if you're expecting to see the one with the infamous topper on there, I know a lot of people were joking around with the topper, how it's supposed to look like an old school shooting gallery, and the arms fell off of one of them. Had a lot of cool artists were showing off stuff, and you can see all of these games that Stern brought. They brought them directly from the IAPA show. It was I forget the name of Wason, who was also the gentleman that worked on the Jurassic Park Home Edition with Jack Danger. Wason was there and helping to fix some of the games with the Stern Insider Connected, because they had a lot of those games were on Insider Connected for the very first time. So originally I was not going to play the Godzilla Premium, but they had it on the Insider Connected, and you got verified achievements. So this is an overall look at the room. Like we said, everybody that comes, you can pretty much with this show, you can bring your own games and you can set stuff up. The guys from Little Shop of Games obviously did all the stuff here for Stern. Every one of those games, except for The Mandalorian, had Insider Connected. So all the Godzillas Insider Connected, the Avengers, Deadpool, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and also the Led Zeppelin Pro were all on there. And there's my friends from the Pinball Dudes. Good to meet the new guys that are working over there. They brought a lot of like circuit boards and some other literature and stuff like that. So we're going through, they got the Gladiators, which was of course going to be Legend of Zelda, Wipeout, Street Fighter 2. There's a really cool, he's got all the toys on that for that Starship Troopers. Nice Funhouse. Big shout outs to those guys that are making the Funhouse Rudy's Nightmare that's coming out, The Last Action Hero, with, of course, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, so he's got to have his head on there. It does look like shit. There's Waterworld. There's Daniel Pacina, who was the, of course, Johnny Cage. Just funny, just walking into people. A lot of good stuff. They had right in the middle, right behind me as I'm walking, there was a couple of folks showing off some homebrew games. It's really cool. They also have, you know, not just arcade games and pinball tournaments. They have stuff that also shows off the community, what everybody's making. So lots of great stuff. I love that big Junior Pac-Man in the old school Mappy cabinet. Nice Galaga. Really hard to come by. Lethal Enforcers 2 Gunfighters. Silver Ball Mania. Rapid Fire. Never see Rapid Fire out there. Not a lot of Rapid Fires exist. I think that's like one of the only ones I've ever played, and can spin around and see there's some more of the guys setting up stuff like there. There's the Aladdin's Castle. You'll see another Aladdin's Castle on there, and they have the Pabst Can Crusher. And yes, coming up to it, one of my favorites from Papa that we used to play an absolute ton of is Class of 1812. If you have the ability to get the Gottlieb collection, make sure I get that Cybernaut. And of course, Future Spa. The guys from our good friends at Laurie Parkade brought some of their games. So the Street Fighter 3 Third Strike was from Laurie Parkade. Really nice Road Blasters cocktail. Or cockpit, I should say, not a cocktail table. Mega Man the Power Fighters was there. Nice Alien Syndrome. Hard driving that you don't get to see. So some of the guests, they had one of the original artists from Mortal Kombat was there. Richard DeVizio was there, who played Kano. Also pretty much all of the ninjas and stuff like that. Tim Kitsero from NBA Jam, the voice of NBA Jam, was there. And good friend Warren Davis, one of the co-creators of Qbert, one of my most favorite games. I finally got a marquee from the guy that was selling. He's showing off the right here. That's the Stomp and Chomp. Now, this came on Facebook or on Twitter for like cursed arcade cabinets. So they took an old Pump It Up pad and set it up diagonally, so it worked up, down, left, and right, and then the middle button in the middle was the start button. So you got Stellar Wars, Hard Body. Everybody loves that Hard Body. Let's see what else. I can't see the name of the game. I think that's Solar Fire. It's kind of weird when you see the LEDs when you're on a video. It looks a lot different. Mata Hari, Flash Gordon was playing nice over there. And a couple other games there. My friends from Laurie have their little booth set up. They have a dragon, a trident, and that Z-Back, that was their... every time I see a Z-Back, I always think that is Street Fighter. And they had... that was also his Deadpool that the owner from Laurie brought with him. Very nice that they had it there. Nice Medieval Madness remake. I'm pretty sure that's the one from Laurie that they bought. And his Lord of the Rings. Those are pretty much the three games that he brought. Some Space Mission. Had a Ripley's Believe It or Not. There's a Bane of My Existence, Skyfall, and Volley. Nice Genesis they had set up there with the new art on there that, pretty much everybody hates the art on Genesis because it's just like a couple of actors on there. It's just very weird. Satin Doll, very nice. More of the stuff from the Pinball dudes. More big overview of all the games that they brought. Nice Muhammad Ali. I don't get to see Ali a lot, but that's a game that whenever I play, I always seem to do really good on it and end up just racking up a whole ton of points. And I think around here was when they got onto the PA system, like, hey guys, welcome to Saturday here at Free Play Florida. And then they just started playing music, and I was just like, oh god, I just voiced over half the damn video and I can't do it now. So mousing around, got a nice Scorpion. That Dale Jr. Wasn't working with the display when I was there, but they fixed it throughout the day. Nice Roller Coaster Tycoon and a Getaway that Steve Ritchie actually autographed, and there it is on there. Because we all know that's how Steve Ritchie came up with the game. I was telling somebody where I worked, he said, yeah, I used to own the Getaway. And I told him, said, you know how they came up with that game, right? And he goes, no, why? I said, because the guy used to get pulled over for speeding all the time, so that's why they made a game out of it. Nice Laser War from Data East, their first pinball machine. After Stern took, it's still Stern, but we call it Data East. Another X-Files. They were working on a Judge Dredd. And a bunch of all the people over there. There was a Godzilla Pro that was over there that was getting a lot of attention because, being the newest game, everybody wants to play the newest games. And someone made a Polybius out of an old Pac-Man cabinet. Unfortunately, the only thing that was on the screen was a kind of a history, like a Wikipedia page saying what Polybius was. Didn't have any, that was really cool. They actually put the, from City of Seattle, it had like the official documentation on there. Very cool stuff that they went into that. I just kind of wish it had like some kind of like a trippy background to make it look like it was going to corrupt your mind or whatever it was supposed to do, hallucinate people. Nice Star Trek with the different banner on there. Godzilla. Everybody was. I don't know why. Every time I go to a show and they have a Centaur, everybody just wants to play Centaur. And those guys from Gamers Edge, they were doing a Smash Brothers Melee tournament because we all love our Smash Brothers Melee. And nice Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And shout outs to my pals Al Anonymous and the guys from the Tampa Arcade Club. They brought a whole bunch of cocktail tables and sweet candy. Look at all that candy. Beautiful stuff. They were changing out the games every day, so they had some cave games on there. They had, I forget the name of the one puzzle game that was on there. It was kind of like Arkanoid, but your character had a pinball thing. There's a, oh yeah, that's Ibra. I think that's Ibra. Or Kausu, or Crow, whatever how they pronounce it. There's the Neo Geo that was made out of a Dinosaur King mini cabinet, and that one, I took a photo of it for my Instagram page, and it went absolutely crazy. And there is Al Anonymous's Capcom Mini Cute that also our good friend, shout-outs to Sergeant Jamma up in Connecticut. He's got it. Nice Neo Geo one, and yep, that one they made into it. I'm pretty sure his Mini Cute was running a Mr. FPGA because he did something to it. He dialed the screen in. Somebody came over there and they played around with the screen and they figured out how to put something else on there. And a couple of console free games that they had. You can just sit down, just play some console games. Bunch of cool stuff. They had this, the whole theme for this year was back to the arcade. So you'll see coming up the beautiful Aladdin's Castle mock-up that they had over there. I didn't really have Aladdin's Castle in New York, so you guys will have to comment on the bottom where Aladdin's Castle was more prevalent. I really like they put the multicolored lights in that Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo over there. And they had these little cubby areas where they had a bunch of different games that you could play. They were also doing, over on the other side of the room, they had a silent auction, and there were a bunch of games in there that you could play. There was a Q*bert, a Pac-Man, a Donkey Kong Cabaret, a couple of other games that were set up that you could play, and you could also go into the silent auction and try to win a silent auction for it. Unfortunately, I didn't do a lot of the panels this year. I know a lot of people went ape for the Marble Madness 2, the Marble Man. One of the guys, I think he's one of the designers, because they had not one, but 2 or 3 of those cabinets at the show. And they actually did a panel on Saturday, and unfortunately, I was in the middle of the pinball tournament, which you're going to see I tacked on after this video, because this is right when they started playing the music, so I had to voice over it. Nice Space Jam. You don't get to see Space Jam a lot. And the Sega Star Wars trilogy, so you don't get to see those. But really cool, they had a whole thing they did a whole panel about Marble Madness 2, the Marble Man, and the one cabinet was the one that you saw last time that I took a photo of that has joysticks on it, and you press a button to speed up. But the other one, he had another cabinet that had the original trackballs on it. So apparently they wanted to do it with trackballs, and they decided at the last minute, hey, cut some costs, we'll put it with the joystick. And there's the custom-built Starfighter, the last Starfighter. Greetings, Starfighter. A lot of other cool games. You can see just how fast everybody packs the place. And I'm glad I got there early so I could get enough of the video. So more of the games from our friends at the Little Shop of Games. They had their AC/DC, Tales from the Crypt. All those will end up getting sold by the time I'm put this video up on YouTube, because that's just how crazy the pinball industry is going. And they finally set up that Legends of Valhalla. Got to play 2 games of it. Pretty good. And also I got to give big shout-outs to my good friend Steve Bowen, who got, unfortunately was working over at the defunct, I'm trying to think of the name of the pinball company that was out there in Texas, the Deep Root Pinball, but he finally got a job working over at American Pinball, so he's going to be working on doing some coding and doing some gameplay rules, and he is really the best guy for the job. I'm so thankful that he got a new job over there. I can't wait to see what he's working on. I don't know what I'm pointing at, but oh yeah, because George Law from Space Coast is there. There's one of my friends that was one of the guys that sets up the tournament. And it's funny, as soon as I stopped recording, I said, said, "Oh, how's Billy?" And then right then and there, Billy Mitchell and his wife walked in. So
All right,
here's the cut, and here is the
this video since,
gameplay of the
licensed music in here.
the guys from the Pinball Lounge. Of course, gotta give big shout outs to the Pinball Lounge in the video. Hopefully I'll get to go there and check those guys out. There's a lot of places since I've moved to Florida now that I'm more stable. I want to go check out. So over here we have the ladies tournament. Shout outs to the ladies of the lounge. So they had a fun house. You get the other game, Stranger Things Pro, ACDC, a volley, and a Xenon that they had for the ladies. And they ended up using some of these games. They did a 3-strokes tournament. And over there you can see, I'm pointing to the left is the main tournament, and then on the right was the classics. And I just played the one round of the regular division. I didn't do classics this year. For some reason, you were only allowed to pay with the tournament with cash. They must have had a problem last year because you were able to do credit cards on it. So I just decided just to play one. So here's Ripley's Believe It or Not that had a really disgusting scoop that would shoot out, and people complained about it, and they tried adjusting it, but it still it didn't help. Nice jackpot, Beatles that they had over there. Trying to think of that's Volcano. A really nice TNA, Total Nuclear Annihilation. Could not backhand on that game at all. There's the classics, Rolling Stones, Pharaoh. Which one that was over there? A whole bunch of people. Everybody I know over here. Freedom. My friend Norma over there. So it was really cool getting to hang out with everybody, checking out the rest of the games here at the Free Play Florida main tournament for pinball. They always do a great job. Big shout outs to all the volunteers and the guys from the Pinball Lounge for setting everything up. Thank you for everybody that donates their games and let us beat the crap out of them for a few days. It's awesome getting to see, like I was watching, a lot of good people play. So that's the end of the video. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys later. Take care.